بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على من الذي اصطفى وعلى آله صحابته ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الجزاء وبعد. Brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As is always the case, we thank Allah Azza wa Jalla for allowing us to be here, because without Him, we can't really do anything. And we thank Him for bringing us on a khair, something good, as opposed to doing a shar, something bad. A khair is what pleases Allah, and a shar is what displeases Allah. So we ask Allah to accept this from us as well. Ameen ya Rabb. Just very quickly, just some thoughts on this idea of Islamic Republic. First of all, I think it's important, we've got to remember, and this, I think we're used to it now. We as a Muslim community, we are used to being sensationalized, meaning we're used to being blown up out of proportion. We're a community, as we now realized, tragically, we are a suspect community. We are a community that is under surveillance. Yeah? We are part of this, of course, to use the term, the Big Brother city, or Big Brother country. All the cameras are on us at the moment. We are the people being monitored in every part of our lives, whether it's our domestic life, i.e. where we are at home, with our neighbours, with our local environment, in our communities, or whether we're in our jobs, whether our jobs are local or if we travel around, whether it's in our educational profession, or even higher. At every level you can think of, we are under the kosh and we are under the microscope. We are being scrutinised. And of course a whole load of justifications for that. And of this particular program, I don't necessarily just want to dwell on this program because it's a bigger context than this program that was on a couple of weeks ago on Channel 4 dispatches regarding the IFE incident and this Islamic Republic in Britain. And brothers, first of all, we've got to understand that this term Islamic Republic, it's a threatening thing for those who watch it, right? Islamic Republic. And the way the program said, and Sharia in one part of London is being implemented. I don't know what part of Sharia. I know there's some salah breaks, yeah? Some prayer breaks that are going on, yeah? And during Ramadan, some time taken off. I don't know how much of that constitutes the Sharia in East London. But the point of it really is that it's this panic, this fear. That's the first point. But really the second point, and that's the main point, is that there are people who are thinking about Islam in a very sort of political light. They're the people who are the danger in society. They are now the new menace. You are the scary people. If you believe in Islam as being political, you are now the target. You should just think of it as like a target when you watch it, when you play your games. That's what it's pointing to. Are you Muslim and political? That's it. Are you Muslim political? That's it. Are you Muslim political? You're being monitored. You're being watched. So any group, organisation, not just the one mentioned in the programme, wherever you are, if you have this kind of idea that Islam involves some kind of politics, you're in trouble. Now I want to really throw out some ideas and talk about some points regarding this whole issue. So how do we know us to approach this and understand this? And it's very, 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 very brief, kind of, very skeleton type points I want to make due to the time, and maybe we can open it up in Q&A and have some discussions on that. The first thing we need to understand, though, before we talk about this program, let's pull back a bit. Let's pull back a bit. We've got to understand what the background of this is, and really it's about the government or this country's administration really having a problem with a kind of awakening of Muslims. Muslims realizing that what their religion is. Islam is not just some basic good morals, but that their religion gives them a complete sort of understanding of life and a complete way to live their lives, whether in their personal lives, in their domestic lives, in their social lives, but also in their political lives. On all levels, Islam has rules and regulations. And the Muslim community, or Muslims who are realizing this and realizing that not having this religion in a comprehensive way in their lives is causing them a lot of problems. Muslims realizing this are now being branded, you could say, I don't know, radicalists, extremists, and so on. People who are out, to break up society, sort of thing. So think of it in that background, brothers, just to simplify it. That it's the whole context of this program is to really target a Muslim who believes his religion is so broad that it includes all the areas of life. All the areas of life. If you start to think in that way, then you're going to be a target. You're going to be a target. So it's really a government that's trying to break up Muslims and having this understanding that your religion is this complete religion. If you start to have this idea, you're in trouble. So the government really has its proposal, its plan to make a kind of Islam where that's not the picture. Islam is not comprehensive. It's a kind of personal religion. That's the context, that's the background you should be thinking about when you watch these programs. And if you rewind and go back and watch it, in that background that I've just given you, you can start to see it make sense. Yeah? So if you believe Sharia is this law, this beautiful divine law, yeah, for all aspects of your life, then you're in trouble. If you believe that, you're in trouble. That's the background, brothers. Where if you don't believe Sharia is related to all your aspects of your life, just your personal stuff, then you might be alright. You might be alright. But if you believe more than that, you're in trouble. Right. So some of the points that I really want to make is that as Muslims, we've got to remember that our objective is we are looking for the pleasure, the rida of Allah. We are looking for His pleasure. We are looking for His pleasure. So we have to realize, living in this country, wherever we are, whether in the Muslim country, here, in our communities here, or elsewhere, we have to live by the standards of Islam. We have to live by the standards of Islam. You see, because this standard is set by Allah and His Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah and His Messenger have set this standard for us. Now this standard, we can't just forget it just because we're not in a Muslim country. So whether we live here, or somewhere in Europe, or somewhere in the States, somewhere in South America, Australia, wherever we are, this standard we must have, we can't forget it. And we know this, There are lots and lots of Quranic evidence for it. Yeah, and one ayah is the following in Surah An-Nisa, and I think ayah 65, I think it is, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, فَلَا وَرَبِّكَ فَلَا وَرَبُّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ فِي مَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَجِدُ فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ مِمَّا قَضَيْتَ وَيُسَلِّمُ تَسْلِيمًا. That the Prophet, that Allah Azza wa Jal, He's saying that, look, فَلَا وَرَبُّكَ, Allah is making He's making an oath. I swear. Imagine Allah saying, I swear by your Lord, O Prophet. So Allah is saying to the Messenger of Allah, I swear, I, the Creator of the universe, am making qasam. You know when we say Allah said this here, Allah said that. You know we will say this, yeah? That's what Allah is saying. Wallahi, wallahi, you know we'll say, wallahi bro. Yeah, this is what Allah is saying. He's making qasam. فَلَا وَرَبُّكَ, by your Lord, O Prophet, لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, they are not true believers. They will not have true belief. حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ, until they make you, O Prophet, their judge and their ruler. فِي مَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ, in what happens to them, in all their affairs, in everything that they do. If they don't make you judge, if they don't make you ruler, if they don't make you the one who decides for all their affairs, they will not have true belief. Not only that, ثُمَّ لَا يَجِدُ فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَرَجًا مِمَّا قَضَيْتَ, and you do not find in their hearts as well any haraj, any doubt, any dislike. You don't find that in their hearts. وَيُسَلِّمُ تَسْلِيمًا, and they submit to it completely. So until we take our beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam as our standard, until we take Allah and His Messenger as the people who decide for us how we should act, they become the basis in all our affairs, فِيمَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ, in everything that they do, we will not really have true belief. Our iman will be, it will not be true iman, it will not be correct iman. It will not be the proper iman and belief we're supposed to have unless we make Allah and His beloved, His Messenger, our standard. So that's just one verse to show us, to prove to us, that's the first point we need to realize in all of this, brothers. That our standards are Islam. So even if we're being attacked, or we're being told